What's in the middle? The white stuff. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, what's in the middle? The white stuff. Only for Donnie. Only for Donnie on Blue Bloods. Yep. What's in the middle? What's the... Oh. Oh. Ooh. Chill out. Tickwad. No problemo. Oh, you unzip me. You unzip me. I'm unzipped. Okay, well, I'm not happy about it, but I just ate some raisins. Not the worst thing. I mean, it wasn't bad. You know? Can I get a hot warble? Yes, Paul. Yes, Paul. Are we working? Ooh, we're working.
Doing well.
Flargenstow. Oh, yeah. Hat warble. Nude Tane. Yeah, we'll get some. There are gonna be some Tim and Eric Demptions. T.E. Demps. Also some. I think we should have some Patrick Reed Dempsey. Redemptions. Patrick Redemptions. Patrick Dempsey. Patrick. I don't even know where we'd. I don't know where we'd go with that. I'm not. I'm not a big Grey's. I don't. I haven't seen Grey's Anatomy. I'm not. I'm out of my element. Patrick Dempsey. Do something with it. Figure it out. PMH. Whistling Dixie. I gotta learn some Dixie Chick songs. And then I'm gonna do a cover album. It's gonna be just Palmo's Anton, Whistling Dixie. And it's gonna be Dixie Chicks. Yeah. Just gotta keep at it. Yeah. Welcome to the party. blue. Oh, nice onion. Color me crazy. Oh. Oh. Sawman, that's Sawman. Yeah, 43 33. Yes. Yes, Paul. Oh, goodness. Okay. My hopes are so high that this photography might kill me. So won't you kill me so I die happy? Okay? Yeah. Yes, take some photo. Let's do some photo. Let's do some photo. Photography. Make you photographically famous. Photographically speaking. Okay, yeah, let's rock it. Red Rocket. Hello, all. Welcome to the Dark Room. Welcome to the stream. I am the dude in the Dark Room, Paul Mossy Hinton. And it's Thursday, May 26th. It's Triforce Thursday here on the stream, which means we are going to shoot some photography in Zelda Breath of the Wild. Thank you. Thank you, Redemption. Thank you. If you want to watch any previous episodes of of this particular stream, check out our YouTube page, because most of these will end up on there for on-demand viewing experience at your leisure, along with whatever other streams we have been doing. There's plenty of other stuff up there. Plus, eventually, we will have some much more well-produced, concise type of content. These streams are kind of helping build what will be overall videos about the photography in whatever game it is that we're playing. So in this case, we're going to do a Zelda Breath of the Wild photography video, just explaining how we've been shooting in the game, what we like about it, what we don't like about it, what we would change if we could, our hopes for Breath of the Wild 2, which is, I'm assured, is on the way. Miyamoto calls me every other, we check in like once or twice a week, sometimes bi-weekly, and he's giving me updates. A lot of the time the guy just needs to vent, and I just love to be a shoulder to cry on, so he'll give me updates, and he's, I've heard it's coming, but I don't like to hold my breath. You know what I mean? People lie to me all the time, especially game designers. That's not, I don't even want to talk about Todd Howard right now. We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's for Photo Fridays. But they hopefully will redeem themselves for the errors and omissions that they've made in the photo stuff in this game, which I will go over. I like going over. I'll probably talk about, some of the things that we'll mention in that video as we play. The biggest of which is no way to. So really? Thank you. Yeah, exactly. They will lock it in place in the second iteration. Biggest gripe with this game is that there's just no way to save the images in a high quality full like, honestly, I don't care even if it was like a full screen 720 frame that I got out of this. I'd be happy. I mean, 1080 obviously would be ideal, or at least acceptable, and obviously 4K would be even better. A decent resolution. Not that you need anything really much more than 1080 for most people's phone viewing, which is where everyone's gonna fucking watch this shit anyway. So who cares? But I also wanted to do. My hopes were to do some cool stuff with the images that we're taking in the game, so I can offer them to people as cool stuff. First of which we're gonna be, hopefully being able to offer just the images as screensavers or desktops or desktop backgrounds or whatever, something like that. Just something so that people can take a little piece of the stream with them wherever they go. And then even higher hopes were producing cool pieces of artwork that we could offer if people want to hang a sweet picture, especially in Zelda. This really was sounding cool to me, is taking really cool pictures of some of the architecture or design in the game, like Hyrule Castle, for instance. I would love a shot of Hyrule Castle hanging on my wall, but the resolution that we get out of the files from this game are atrocious, and I wouldn't be able to print them larger than like a very, very small print. So kind of blew that idea out of the water. And then the second idea is just doing stuff like postcards, probably, which are make a little bit more sense in terms of the resolution that we're able to get out of this. Postcards or trading cards, something small. But even those, the way that I can get the images out of this game is really bad. So obviously, again, keep an eye on the YouTube for better videos explaining in depth the photography in the games that we're playing here. I've been quoted as saying Spelunky will probably be the first game that I do the photography in video concept, just because it's super simple. It's super simple to shoot. And we have essentially accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish. Actually, that's not true. I have some challenges. I have some more Spelunky challenges that I've wanted to go for, which we'll do on subsequent streams. Just more difficult ways of using the camera and trying to beat the game with only using the camera item. So anyway, that game, very simple, very easy, streamlined. There's no actual image capturing necessarily in that game. It's just the camera item that you can use more or less as a weapon. And it's very easy. very easy. A lot of simplicity there. So that would probably be the first one. And then I have been working on the photography in Star Trek Generations movie review, movie discussion, movie critique. I don't know if it's a critique. It's just my thoughts on the photography within a movie, or my comments on whatever photo element there is in said movie. I have a nice long list of those going, and it's getting a little daunting because I'm like, I should just start. Let's start with one. Let's start with one movie, which, like I said, is going to be Star Trek Generations. One, because I freaking love Star Trek, right? I know I'm in good company here. Big Star Trek fan. Two, I have a awesome tie-in with my Captain Picard build in Fallout 76. That's just a joke, funny build um, that I'd like to tie in with that. So those go pretty well hand in hand. Plus, we just have a lot of Star Trek type content to go through, I guess. I just watched a review last night. There's this great YouTube channel. Let me share it. Let me share it, Tom Scarrett. I really love this guy. This dude. LGR, dude. This guy, I've been following this person. I'm pretty sure I was watching his stuff before he even hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure I was like very close to being his 100,000th subscriber. I could be wrong, but I've been watching this guy's stuff for a long time, and I just watched his review of a Star Trek game. What game was it? Star Trek Elite Force. That's right. He did a retrospective. It's 4 months old now, this video that I watched, but Star Trek Elite Force 22 years later. Awesome Star Trek video game, which I have not played any Star Trek video game. Oh, no, that's okay. We had, my family owned a Macintosh Star Trek game. And I forget I forget what kind of game you'd describe it as. It's like you fly around as a little Enterprise, and it's like top-down perspective, and all the like enemies come at you. I know there's probably a game that it's more or less copying the gameplay of, but I forget. Either way, I have not played I haven't played any Star Trek games other than that I can think of. Maybe we'll find one that has some sort of photo element. It actually looked like there might have been some sort of a camera item or whatever in the game that Star Trek Elite Force that I'm talking about, but I don't know. Anyway, check out that YouTube. He's really, really cool dude. He came up on a lot of my photo websites that I frequent because he had a video detailing uploading Doom and playing Doom on, which he does a lot of videos like playing Doom on random pieces of hardware. But he had a playing Doom on this old Kodak camera that could somehow accept video game software. I don't know how. I watched the video. I forget. I haven't seen it for a long time now. It's a pretty old video, but that's how and he does review camera stuff every once in a while, which is pretty cool. But mostly computer stuff, cool old computer reviews and stuff, tech reviews. And the occasional camera review, video game reviews, obviously. Lazy game reviews, LGR. Anyway, really cool guy. I take a lot of inspiration from this channel and this person. Very, very similar vibe to what, obviously I have my own style and all, but definitely an inspiration. This channel, and you gotta respect your inspirations and let people know what you're in, or at least I do. I like to do that. Anyway, where was I going with that? I don't know. I want to shoot some Zelda photos. Like I said, Thursday, May 26th. Hope everyone's been having a good day. Hope you're all having a good week. If not, take this moment right now. Take a deep breath, relax. Let's have some fun. I want to bring up one thing real quick. Obviously, the shooting that happened this week, absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm not going to talk about that kind of stuff
what I wanted to say is like everything that happens on my stream, everything that happens in the dark room stays in the dark room, and everything that's outside of the dark room stays outside of the dark room. I don't think it's my place to comment or talk about that kind of thing. That's not what I'm here for. I hope that doesn't make me seem disrespectful in any way. I'm not sure how other people look at it. I'd like everybody. I would like everybody to be able to come here and have some fun and relax. We're not going to ever talk about serious issues. We're definitely not going to talk about politics here. Um, we're talking about photography and video games and how those two things combine in the games that we're playing or doing real photography. I'm going to try my best to not talk about that kind of stuff because I don't think it's my place. And I don't think this is the venue to do it in. So anyway, that's gonna be my Marxist fantasy. Yeah. I hope that's okay. I hope that doesn't make me. I mean, I'm not saying that's always. I withhold the right to change my opinion on that, and you probably will hear me rant about shit I believe in and don't believe in and whatnot. But anyway, just keep that in mind. That if something has happened, something tragic like that has happened. I mean, even things in my own personal life, which I try not to bring into the conversation when we're here, because again, that's not what I want this to be about. Yeah, just know that it's not. This isn't the place. This isn't the place. I forget. I lost my train of thought there. Anyway, that's all I want to say about that. So again, everyone take a deep breath. Let's relax. Let's have some fun. Grab your favorite game that you could shoot photos in if you want, and take some photos. That's what I would always encourage. Play some games while we're doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do is just get together with a bunch of friends and play some games together. Love it. Me and my buddies. I think the best times that we've had together have just been. I call them LAN parties. I know that it's not necessarily the correct term now or whatever, but I call every time I hang out with a bunch of people in the same spot, all playing games. I call it a LAN party. Although I've been told it's not correct, my usage of the term, but I'm going to appropriate it for my own desire. We did get a new follower while we were off the stream 4 hours ago at 4 p.m. If I can butcher this name. Mateus Caparo. Mateus. Am I reading that right? I cannot, dude. If there are lines, if it's like a T and an I and an L next to each other, very different. All in the same local area network. Yeah, okay, so it does make sense. I don't know, whatever. Maybe I have been right. I do get very confused because I will know that I'm right about things sometimes, and then people will be like, "That's not right." And then I'm so self-conscious that I'm like, okay, I guess so. I'll just delete that confidence in my brain now. Anyway, that happens. So, let's just play some games. Yeah, sit back, relax. Let's play some games, and let's have some fun. Anything else I had? I feel like there was like one other point I wanted to make. First of all, I can zoom in my camera just a tiny bit. What else did I want to say? Anything? Photography is cool. Take pictures. Take care of yourselves. I don't know. That's it. I think I said everything I wanted to say. Let's jump in, play some games. Let's have some fun. I'm always open for suggestions, recommendations for what to shoot, challenges, things to try to get pictures of that might be difficult. Sometimes I do blank on ideas on where to go or what to shoot. That's generally why I try to keep it very themed, because it does limit the choices a little bit and offer some hints to what might be exciting to go do. And today, I think last time we did talk about a little bit about how this summer we're going to do a lot of coastal photography, beach photography, island photography stuff during the summer. And I think I'm going to probably like jump kind of into that today, or at least maybe we'll head towards the outskirts of one of the shorelines in the game and find something around there. Yeah, keep it in the summer theme. But again, yeah, if you have any ideas or whatever, and that doesn't mean people cannot suggest things outside of whatever the general concept is that we're working with. So don't be afraid If it's something that is going to work better for some other very specific theme, I might say like, ooh, that's great, but let's do that another time. I might say something like that, but all suggestions are welcomed. I would never try to make somebody feel stupid about suggesting something. So yeah, suggest away. And let's shoot some photos. Some photography. First thing we're gonna do is a camera review. It's definitely getting into summer because it is real hot. It's getting real hot. I should probably have my air conditioning on. Let's see how I feel with these freaking earmuffs over my head. Oh, let's just add another 10 degrees of insulation on your face. That's a great idea, buddy. Great idea. And I don't know if having a fan blowing into this little room is going to help or not. I mean, it would help. I just don't know if it's going to be detrimental to the sound quality. So we'll see. Okay, first review. I was kind of, by the way, check this out. As I was loading, we had saved and quit while we were in the middle of this little battle between some Stalmoblins. Those are Stalmoblins, right? God, I'm never going to remember all the names of the enemies. I apologize. Apaul-agize. But we were in this middle of this battle, and I remember saying we were going to jump back in and then maybe try to get some shots with those enemies, because we also had that cool little frightened NPC that we used to frame alongside one of the enemies we were photographing, and all that disappeared when I loaded. And I've taken note of that before. I'm pretty sure I knew that does happen. The game kind of resets the area in a weird way. I feel like this guy was here. Let's get a shot of this guy on this horseback too. That's what we'll, since we're here, we'll jump in on that. Maybe the moon will be, how do we find the moon? We look towards where the shadow's coming from, and then we know that's the direction of our light source. The moon should be rising over that hill in just a second. So actually, let's save. Let's save now. Photo album full. I know. Obligatory self-portrait. That's actually pretty funny. About to get whacked. The guy's about to whack me off, man. Can't believe it. with a club. With a club, nonetheless. I'm probably never gonna keep these self-portraits just because the framing on Link is absolutely terrible. One immediate rule of photography, and obviously all rules can be broken, and it's not important to follow everything and use your own creative choice, whatever. But one thing very early in a photo class you will be taught, or a photo compositional lecture, whatever, you don't crop at a joint on a person's body. It makes it look odd. It makes it look, it can make it feel like they're missing their limbs, or at least that's what they say. And having learned that rule, and any photo rule, actually, I always wonder if I'm taking it to heart and thinking like that's how it has to be, without actually agreeing with the aesthetic that they're trying to prove is better or worse. But in this case, it just feels like a weird framing, for several reasons. But right now, Link is cut off at the knee. And it does make it feel odd. But more importantly, I think it's that the headroom on it's like way too much headroom above Link's head. He's sunken into the bottom of the frame a little bit too much. And I have no way to control where the axis of the camera is pointing or tilted. It's locked onto Link's head or Link's neck in the very center of the frame, and you cannot change that. You can tilt, but the camera will always be locked on that center point. So to frame Link completely in the image, you have to actually be very tilted down and very wide on the lens. So anyway, all these are going to probably be crap. It's going to be difficult to get a good one. This is just a funny timing with that Stalmoblin. It's a Boko goblin that is stalified. It's a Stalmoblin. Okay, we spent a lot of time trying to get these cool shots of battle with the Blade Master, and I forget this little person's name. This frightened little person that has poor person just like constantly getting wrecked. First they were trying to cross the bridge, and then they got wrecked, and then we kind of went over to try to see what was going on, and then they finally got away, and then we got attacked by the Blade Master, and then the shrieking again, and it's cowering, shrieking, crying. I do kind of like some of these. These are pretty cool, especially when Death Mountain is much more visible. It was kind of a double-edged sword letting him do that punch attack because the red lasers that shoot out from his fist, those kind of obscure and blend in with that beautiful glowing lava from Death Mountain in the background. And like especially here, also now because Death Mountain is also very, very out of focus, that adds to the obscurity. And I really wanted to include that element of Death Mountain in the background, which was not the easiest thing to do, especially timing the attack and getting him placed properly. But I think these shots came out pretty cool. Obviously, the story we were trying to tell here was, this person cowering in fear as they're getting attacked by the Blade Master. Although the Blade Master was not, in fact, attacking this NPC, I don't think it could do any. I don't think it took note of them at all. I didn't see them get hit or take any kind of damage, which they will. NPCs do get attacked by random NPCs and NPC enemies, and they get knocked unconscious, and then they'll revive after a certain amount of time. I think there might be like one or two random encounters where they'll give you something if you save them, or at least I feel like there was one that I had gone through where the people at the end were like, "Oh, thank you so much. Here's an elixir," but I could be wrong. Could be wrong about that. See, this shot's pretty cool, but then our framing, I think, on this one isn't as good. With that fist coming down like that, that kind of rectifies the laser beams obscuring Death Mountain. But then I think I was just a little too framed, maybe like I moved to the right like a little bit too much or something, and that punch is no longer in line, like it's directed towards the NPC, and then Death Mountain also kind of got lost. So anyway, the one that I'm going to pick out of all these is going to be the one that emphasizes or has Death Mountain emphasized in the background the most. We'll start with these ones with Death Mountain in the background, and then we'll come to, well, these ones I can tell you, these are just not going to be as good. In terms of this character, I do like this one where we have that beautiful rim light around the cowering NPC. That looks kind of cool. They stand out very well right there. But it's the pose on the Blade Master doesn't look that great. They're very far separated, to the point where even if the Blade Master was attacking, I don't know if it would really look like it's going to be directed towards that cowering NPC. What I do like about this shot is that we included that beautiful leading line of the pathway, which could have been cool if we lined a shot like this up with this pose. That could have been pretty cool. Anyway, I can tell you these ones are not going to be saved because they just don't have the cool background element to it, which I do want to try to include as many layers, or at least a good 3 layers of depth to the scene. So we have like a foreground element, a middle ground element, and a background element, all working in harmony in the composition to tell whatever story it is that we're telling, or trying to tell, or try to emphasize. And those first ones, they were kind of shallow. I mean, there were obviously foreground, middle ground, and background elements, but they did not all work in conjunction as well to tell a cohesive story, in my opinion. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be this one, because Death Mountain again. I'm really looking mostly at Death Mountain in the background and how emphasized or de-emphasized it is. And this one, I feel like it's the clearest that Death Mountain is in the background. I'm a little bit bothered by that tiny bit of a cut to the top of the tree on the left side of the frame. But it really doesn't bother me all that much. I did try, as you can see in these subsequent shots, to tilt up a little bit more to include the entire tree in the frame and not let it bleed towards the edge. But it also doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would here. And what that also did, because at this point we were on, I think, one of the longer side, I was definitely on the longer side of the zoom range. That also emphasized Death Mountain the most. It increased its size in the frame in relation to the other objects in the frame. Which again, that's kind of what we wanted. We wanted that really nice emphasized Death Mountain. Death Mountain also seems to kind of regularly be an element that we include in the background. Obviously, it's a very high point in Hyrule, and so it stands out. It's always there, and then the glow from it too. It just ends up looking really cool with that lava. Which we should do Maybe we'll go to Death Mountain today. That also was like a summer thing. I think we should do. Let's go to freaking Death Mountain. Put on our little Bomberman suit and go to Death Mountain. That's what I'm gonna do. Done and done. And then yeah, this one also would have been cool. We are on the longer side of the focal length, and then we used the different attack, or at least different time on the attack. Because that looks really cool as well. But now Death Mountain, it does not feel as apparent. It doesn't pop out as much to me in this last shot because of the haze, the atmospheric haze. And also I think the depth of field fell off a little bit more in that shot than some of these other ones. And this one, again, I can tell you, I probably just gonna keep this one for that reason alone. Great view on Death Mountain. The Blade Master definitely has a lined up enough angle to look like they're about to attack this NPC that's cowering. And the NPC's cowering. It looks really cool. Both of these are pretty sweet. Also, but I don't like that the Ganon's jelly, Ganon's goop, Ganon's gack stuff on the left side of the frame there. It looks like that kind of that because of the color, it does call a lot of attention to itself, and because of its peripheral nature, it draws your eye away from our main center of focus, which is the Blade Master and the cowering NPC. These ones you can barely see Death Mountain at all. Like this one, you can barely see it at all. We are also way too close to the NPC and at too wide of an angle to magnify the view on Death Mountain. So let's delete that one. I'll save this one for now just because it's so different. And then we'll take a look at it in comparison to what I believe. I believe this is the best one, personally. I do wish there were some more trees on the right and left flank of those other trees, just to fill in like that. The peripheral area doesn't. Again, it's not necessary to tell the story. And I feel like it would just bring your attention a little bit more into the center of the frame, which is where all the action's happening. We could also add, if I wanted to add like a nice vignette to this, that could help out a lot. And it also would make a absolutely gorgeous square composition or vertical composition with a decent crop. That could be fun. So yeah, this is definitely the best one. That's definitely the best one. I will say that. So let's just exclude that one. Exclude this one. This one we're just way too wide. There's our perfect, or at least our closest to perfect shot. They're so close to the same thing. But again, just that slightly larger size. Also, the placement of Death Mountain between those two trees, between the two ferns, is better in this shot this shot, I shifted my position a little bit further to camera right, and that swung Death Mountain right into the line of the edge of the tree on the right side of the frame, and kind of got it lost. It also looks like I'm a little bit at a slightly higher elevation here, because Death Mountain's placement in the frame is so much lower. The top of Death Mountain is lower in the frame. Although I tilted down a little bit more here, so that could have been a tilt issue. Anyway, either way, still like this one the best. Done with this one. This one, Death Mountain, is really getting lost. There's a little bit of atmosphere. Those puffy clouds, and atmospheric haze really fucking with it. See, this one, the clouds are behind a Death Mountain, creating a little atmosphere in the background. And then the fog kind of rolled in over Death Mountain on the shots, or that cloud. So new. Same thing with this shot. Too much obscurity on Death Mountain. And then this one as well. The haze just clicked up to 11 on these last shots as did it start to rain? Maybe it started to rain. I know that the weather got bad, but we have a clear sky. Yeah, that's definitely the best one. That's definitely the best one. So goodbye. As cool as this pose is, no, I wouldn't have minded this attack pose with this shot. That would have made me debate one versus the other. But just because Death Mountain is so much more obscured there, I'm gonna say it's a no. Otherwise, we're keeping this one. And then prior to that little battle, we did have a nice little photo shoot with, let's make sure we quote we were on Flore Dunbar, of course. Flore Dunbar. Flore Sandbar. It's a Dunbar. We were at Hilo Rao Shrine over on the Flore Sandbar. Trying to get our last little bit of spring type imagery done. And we got these beautiful shots of the shrine entrance itself. Again, with the Death Mountain in the background. And then we used those beautiful flowers. That's why we had went. I knew we had those flowers surrounding the entrance to the shrine. It's also just kind of a comedic spot when what was her name again? Oh God, I should know her name now. Giselle? Was it Giselle? Gastrid bypass? I forget her name. It would be sweet if it read all the elements in the frame and gave you the names of everything in the frame. That would really help me. That'd be a good thing to note for hopes for Breath of the Wild 2. The ability to see what has been caught in the frame so you could easily reference. If this gave me an option to select the image and then it automatically went into some kind of interface that put a box around everything that it was reading, and then you could jump around between each element, and it'd be like, this shrine, Death Mountain, tree, this enemy, whatever. All the readable objects that have clear names in the game. That would be pretty nice. But not gonna happen. Not gonna work here anymore. Anyway, got this one with the flying V, which is always what we're trying to do. But here we got a very, very bright hot spot. That top right corner got way too blown out. The clouds in front of Death Mountain are obscuring it a little bit too much for that to stand out properly. So let's just delete that one. The flying V is not enough this time to save us. Just didn't want to give up those 88s. And then we shot some before sunrise. Or before sunrise? No, before sunset. This is sunrise. We shot some before sunset. We shot through the night. We did miss our opportunity to get the moon right in our... I think it would have been almost perfect timing had I waited. This was our lined up shot as the sun went down, and then I was like, I know the moon's coming up at some point, and then we fucked around trying to get more shots of Giselle? What's her freaking name, man? Ah, ah. It's like if only I had some type of device where I could input words and search a sort of database that could give me answers. I don't know what that is though. And how would I do that? That would have to be, I mean, that'd be a terribly large machine to hold all that information. Yeah, I could look it up, but I'm not going to. Which one of these sunrise ones do we like? Do we like any of those better than... Well, here, let's do this. The shot of this lady, you know, it's all right. It's all right. The lighting is, at night, as we've gone over 100 times, gets super flat. It gets super flat. The saturation goes down, and it just kind of just doesn't ever look that great unless we have some of these cool glowing elements in the frame as well, and that the moonlight is really basking, or at least bathing the area in its glory. Then the low contrast surrounding those elements makes them stand out. It looks okay, but this shot doesn't really have. In fact, it's almost distracting. There's like that really bright blue. Was that another shrine? In the almost the very center of the frame, there is just a little pinpoint blue light source there. That I forget. I don't know if that's another shrine or it's good. Let's check the check the map. Let's see. We would have been looking this way. Yeah, so I think it's a piece of Wago Kata Shrine. As I believe, yeah, we were looking. I believe we were looking this direction. She was like standing right here, and then we were kind of looking this way across down Hylia River, across Horwell Bridge, and yeah, behind those trees is that other shrine, and that is actually that's a very distracting element. The human eye is typically drawn to the brightest area of the frame, and so it does behoove you to not highlight random areas in your frame that don't want to be grabbing your attention. I do like there's a little bit of an edge light on her. That looks great. And then the butterflies flying around her are just a really cool element, knowing that she is a bit of a green thumb and she's helping plant and maintain this beautiful flower patch, which is where the comedy comes in because you trample on them. And the challenge is to walk the labyrinth of flowers and not step on any of them. So that makes sense. I could not get a good... I wanted more of like a good close-up portrait size of the frame with her in it. And her to be a lot larger in the frame with some flowers surrounding her or framing the foreground like we kind of tried to do here. Otherwise, anyway, it's shot shit. Okay, I do also... The Divine Beast in the background there looks kind of cool. It's a good placement on top of that hill. Kind of daunting. But anyway, no. Deleted. This shot of the shrine with the moon. No. There's so much space between the shrine and Death Mountain, and then there's that whole like middle ground area, or at least in the center of the frame. All of that area is like nothing. I mean, maybe if there was some really cool texture to the sky, like a lot of cool stars and some cool clouds, that could have been cool, but it's just way too strained, way too stretched between the areas of focus that we want to pay attention to. So no, just delete that one. And now we can do some cool comparisons with the sunrise and sunset photos and decide which ones we like better. This shot is just super low contrast, really hazy, although Death Mountain is standing out really well despite that. But there's like a bit of a low... I mean, look at the difference in color on those beautiful purple flowers just between these two shots is pretty drastic. And even though I know I have been saying a lot about how I wanted that glow of Death Mountain to stand out really well, which I do like the way it looks here. I would love to combine these two. The overall color of the image is lacking, and that makes the image look a lot less interesting than this shot. Also, the depth of field in this shot is very deep. We have a very deep focus in this shot, which I would love to have the ability to change on command. I would love that while we're shooting, which you do have a lot of depth of field control in a lot of photo modes in games that I've played, but in shooting with a camera item, it seems like there's some interface issues trying to give you any options while you're actually just shooting, or at least in Fallout and this game so far, that's been the case. We don't have any control over where the focus is, although it seems to be kind of like center focus. Whatever your central area of the frame is, it's going to maintain focus on that thing. But I do like the deep focus here. That is very fitting for a beautiful landscape shot like that. But between these two sunrise shots, or sunset shots rather, I'll keep this one. Plus we have that flying V just above Death Mountain, which I had pointed out is kind of strange that the birds are in focus. It kind of feels weird. But still better in the shot overall. So we'll save that one. And then do we like any of these sunrise shots better than this one? Let's do between these two sunrise shots. Which one do we like better? Probably this one. I remember trying to center punch the shrine in this shot because I was like, let's see what it looks like, just to putting it right in this area. I mean, that is our main subject. But I think I like this one better, where I balance the frame with the shrine on the right side and then the Death Mountain peak on the left side. That feels a lot more well balanced. I kind of liked those 3 lined up trees along the right side of the frame here, but that's unnecessary, I think, compared to this one. This one has a little bit less contrast overall than this one, and the hot spot on that right side of the frame has grown a little bit here. But I still like this. I think I still like this one better. The one with a little bit lower contrast, but better composition overall. A little bit more atmosphere. There's a lot more fog coming up on that left side, that through that little path, that green belt right there. So yeah, we'll keep that one. Let's delete this one. And then between these guys, we just got these two, huh? I think I'm going to go with the sun. I think I'm going to still go with the sunrise shot. Although I do like the color of the flowers. Although I think is that a different, these might be actually different type of flowers, or at least different color. And that's why these ones look purple and these ones look more blue, probably because it's closer to the colors that they're supposed to be. Also, this one's at sunset though, and that casts a little bit more of an orange red glow, which would make that blue look a little bit more magenta, blue, purple, whatever. Ultraviolet-y. So yeah, I'll keep the sunrise. I'll keep the sunrise. Going on with our shrine shots, our cool shrine shots. Although now that I'm looking at, like, I like this one better than this one. I mean, they're both pretty cool. How much room do we have on our camera? We have 16 shots. Let's see what else we can delete. That's a little bit too few for me to feel comfortable shooting. This one on the Hinox, right? It's like, It's got the foreground, or at least the Hinox is kind of the foreground element here, I guess. It's not really foreground, but like I said, in terms of having a nice 3 steps of depth, this is lacking because it's like there's the Hinox and then there's the moon. Pretty much that whole landscape around and behind the Hinox is just not fun, in my opinion. Plus, there's like that, again, very high saturated, bright, small spot of fire just below the Hinox's right index finger that calls way too much attention. Yeah, this shot's shit, dude. The fuck, Paul? What's your problem, dude? Shoot better photos. I'm always gonna keep probably this shot of the moonrise over Hateno. Although I again after I watched this scene and then I uploaded a little short clip of this situation. I think I like the original composition from the first shot we got during this situation. But my head always, I can go back and forth, honestly, between two pictures, I can go back and forth between if I like one versus the other, and I can argue against my point of view internally and sway my own outlook on it back and forth. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, or perhaps I don't know. I just don't. I have trouble deciding between two things sometimes. And again, I'll focus on one area of the image, one element in the image, and I'm like, that has to be exactly like this. Nothing else matters. And then like another day will pass, and I'll look at the other image, and I'll be like, no, wait. This one element is the best point of both of those images, and that has to be how it is. I switch back and forth a lot. This guy coming through under the portcullis, it's okay. But no, we'll go back. I do really like that portcullis and the dueling peaks, looking through and seeing the dueling peaks like that behind it. I feel like we can get a better shot of this, and I do again reserve the right to go back to any area we photograph and shoot essentially the same images over and over and over again until we get like a really cool shot. So anyway, no, I won't save those because again, I'm happy to go back and grab them. I'm not a big fan of this shot either. I think this is good timing on the bowman, the foot soldier. And they have those little ninja scroll leaflets flying around, but I don't know. It's really not the best shot. I don't think there's anything that exciting about it. Nah, you bore me. And I think it's the same with this. Like this shot, I think at a different time of day, this could be cool. Although Dueling Peaks is looking pretty cool back there. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. No. Let's just delete that one. Solmi's spot. I do really love this spot. I had a lot to say about it. I guess I'll save that one. I try to save, what I'm trying to do is like just one really good image from each stream I'm trying to keep. I think that's kind of the point I'm trying to adhere to. But I mean, I'm gonna run out. If it's only 50 shots or 48 shots on the roll, that means that we could only keep 48 streams worth of best image. This shot, I mean, like this. We will go back to Mount. God, what's that place called? Yadoof. Mount Mount. Not gonna be able to find it anymore. But I can look. Wait, let's just look around and see what direction. I know I can maybe remember where it is. Oh, there's the owl that sounds like. Is it over there? Maybe it's on the other side of these mountains. Satori Mountain? Is that what it is? Mount Satori? I don't know. I won't even be able to frickin' find it on the map. Oh, Satori Mountain. Yes, Satori Mountain. We'll go back there and we'll shoot that spot because it's a beautiful little scene. And the Lord of the Mountain is a very difficult creature to shoot, so it's kind of a fun challenge. It is absolutely magical when you show up and there's all the bloopies surrounding the Lord of the Mountain. And that is what I really wanted to capture, was the Lord of the Mountain surrounded by the bloopies. But they scurry away at the first sign of trouble, so we lost our ability, and we only caught one in the frame here running away. And that bloopy actually kind of ruins the shot, in my opinion, because again, for the same reason we've been talking about on a lot of those shots, it's just in a random spot in the frame, another very saturated, bright point of light, and that calls a lot of attention to itself. And you can't tell what it is, and it's just distracting from the other very bright, highly saturated light source, which is the Lord of the Mountain, and that is what we wanted to focus on. It kind of throws the balance of the frame off to have that other bright pinpoint light source down just below the tree, and it's just a confusing element. Otherwise, I like this shot. I like the kind of foggy glow, the misty glow that you get. It's a very mystical look in the image, which I think it basically maintains that type of atmosphere as long as the Lord of the Mountain is in country with us. But I'll delete this shot. This was I think the best shot of that particular stream. But again, this Lionel, the glow from that sunrise or sunset behind him looks kind of cool, I guess. But there's so much negative space on the left bottom corner and the left top. Like, the sky doesn't look that great. Death Mountain is right in the left edge of the frame there. Not clearly visible, not composed to make it part of the image. If I had positioned myself further to the camera right, swung around, brought Death Mountain closer in, or brought Death Mountain into the frame, doesn't have to be close to the middle, but into the frame a little bit, that would have felt really nice. And then also, had there been maybe some better fuck, I got a mosquito bite. Mosquitoes eat the shit out of me, by the way. Do not put me in a position where I'm going to be bit by mosquitoes, man. Not a great shot. I think it's a good pose. The Lionel looks kind of cool, but this isn't even the best Lionel pose I've ever seen. We don't like it when they're using those elongated weapons and the weapon is pointed towards the camera. It ends up making it kind of illegible. So let's just delete that one. Fuck it. This shot's cool, but it's like, It's like, I mean, it's like, yeah, whatever. Nah. This shot's kind of too. This was one of the best shots of this particular stream as well, but I have my gripes with it. Mainly just the keys being so centered along the horizontal axis of the frame instead of being, I wanted it filling in that top right quadrant of the frame where there's very little to see, and also to balance with the opposite bright pinpoint light source that was that fallen star fragment. I wanted those two elements to balance each other out in the diagonally from each other in the frame. Yeah, so this shot's kind of It's just It's just Keeping this sunset shot. Absolutely love that sunset shot. Sunny spot. All good. Love these choo-choos with the moon. This is a real cool shot, in my opinion. Wish there was a little something more exciting happening in the top right corner of the frame, but that's fine. This shot is really cool. I do love this shot of the shrine. Nothing really special about it, though, despite our best efforts getting this to look as interesting as possible. It does look pretty cool, but we can come back and get this shot pretty easily at sunrise, because the sun will be positioned. I think this is also something I told myself to look up, and I have not yet. But if the sun's position in the sky changes, or if it's always coming up and going down in the exact same spot in the hemisphere. So let's just delete that one. Like this shot of this shot of this shrine. I mean, actually, the same thing could really be said about this, but because it's a newer shot, we'll keep that shrine shot still. Maybe we should have a rule of like always keeping one shrine image, you know, in our pool of images. I would really love to go back to Hyrule Castle. I love this shot. I love this shot of the Guardian. I love this shot of the Guardian and the Stalnox. I love the way you can see the spires from Hyrule Castle on the left side of the frame here. I really should have been panned just a little bit more to the left here, or I really wish the Guardian had stopped 10 feet back towards that wall, or at least down the wall to camera right a little bit, because there's just like a little bit of an unbalanced feeling to the frame. I also probably could have tilted down just a skosh to have that the clawed foot, the clawed arm held. I'm just cropping a little bit of its toes out there. Anyway, we're not reviewing those ones, Paul. What the fuck? Well, I'm trying to delete some. I go back over these a million times. This one of the moose. We're not in winter anymore. I think I was trying to save a lot of these winter ones just because we were talking about winter shit, but we're definitely not winter anymore. I'll keep this one of the Guardian with the moon rising. That shot's rad. Very hard to come by. Not easy to achieve. We'll save that. This one is Selmy's spot. I do love it, but along with a lot of the other shots, it's not something there's not really any special timing to the shot that is making it difficult to have achieved this. We can come back to this spot anytime we want, which it might be a regular during the winter months if we're still streaming Breath of the Wild next year and we do a winter. I mean, not saying I won't do Breath. I'm just hoping maybe we will have gotten into Breath of the Wild 2 at that point. Miyamoto. So anyway, delete this shot. Like, we'll come back to that spot because it's one of my favorite spots in the game. And if you want to know why, check out the previous stream where we talk about it. Okay, that should be plenty of room. Let's save. And then we got this guy on the horseback. The moon should rise up. Should be coming up over this hill. Wait, what? Where? What? Oh, there he is. Wait, what the fuck? Did I? Oh, there it is. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's a fucking rad shot. Okay. I need to get... Did I not do that? I was fucking right about that moon, though. Okay. I'm going to swing around to camera left. I'm going to position myself camera left. I want the shadow of the horse coming right at the camera. I'd like to fall back a little bit. Thank you. Horse. Look at that horse. Yeah. Yes. I'd like to pull back and zoom in a little bit more as well. God, that moon looks great. Okay. Ooh. That's pretty cool. I'm not stoked on that freaking shrubbery on the left side. That's calling way too much attention to itself. Also, I would love to be down into the walkway, but that's going to be hard to get down in there. I just want to be a little bit lower. I'm trying to get his torso elevated above the horizon line to have him stand out, if possible. Keep the old picture of the horse. Fuck. Okay, we might have to just go for a wide then, because the moon's going to be coming up way too high now. That was so confusing. I swear I was like positioned in a great spot when I had saved. And then we came out of the menu. Maybe because I walked around looking for the fucking Satori Mountain spot. That kind of boned me. Whatever, man. Not gonna do no save scumming. Okay, right there. Okay, now tell me he's gonna allow me to get a shot of him over the hill. And I can maybe... Is there a downward slope here? No. Maybe I can come down a little bit. Shit, dude. That moon. Ooh. Ah, it's too high now. It's way too high for me to get maybe a little bit of that with Death Mountain in there. So much empty space. Way too much empty space in the frame. I'll save it for now. Damn, dude. I thought we could have been... I was like ready to get lined up to have the moon just peeking over the hill. That's kind of a bummer, but whatever. I wasn't really stoked on this guy all that much. Just dueling peaks. What's up, boy? What's this guy's name? Spoon. What's up, Spooner? Fisher Spooner, dude. You can never win. Ooh. Okay, something like this could be cool. Let's zoom in. Yeah, let's zoom in and try to get a nice profile composition with the moon. So high in the frame, though, dude. That moon moves way too fast. Okay, wait. I can get... Okay, here we go. This is the kind of impression I wanted to be in, and him positioned a little higher up. I'm going to do a quick review on this. Ah! Get out of the horse. Get the... Ah! Mario. Owl. Ah! I like that they're eyeing me. It's like got its eye like trained. This guy's got his eye. Oh, going behind the cloud, you son of a bitch. Look at me again, asshole. Oh, the horse fell out of the frame. He's like trying to... He's like, could you stop getting in my way, pal? Yeah, I'm riding a horse. Ah. Oh. Ooh, where's Death Mountain? There it is. There she is. He's like, get out of my way. No. Give me a good shot of you and the moon. Then I'll get out of your way. I'll let you go wherever you want if you... Whatever, I'll save that. Alright, I think the moon's gonna be... That's a little... I'm straining to get... Although maybe we can get a little bit... Maybe, I don't know. Well, maybe he'll be... Although the moon's gonna start to fall... Paul, and then maybe we could... That shot's okay. I'll do a quick review on these two before we... Come on, give me something to work with here, man. Am I just forcing... Ooh. Okay, this could be cool. No, keep old pick. Shrine. Shrine, nah. Shrine. Am I kind of making this guy go in a specific direction because of how I'm pushing the horse? It's kind of a cool thing to note.
A piece of that just...
Thank
the
you.
tip just got me, Odell.
Thank you. Redeem, thank you. Oh, shit. Come on. No. No. The hillside behind them looks kind of shitty, though. Like, when there was the grass in there, it looked okay. And, like, that moon highlighting, like, glinting off the grass. such peaceful music. I love the stable music. Okay, you know what? Screw that guy. Let's go see if there's anything over here that we can get a shot of. Maybe I won't review. I probably shouldn't. Well, I'll do a quick one just to delete the real crap. Keys? Ah! Keys attack. Ooh, maybe we can get a cool... Let's do this. Let's thin out the numbers. Just with that Boko. Oh, Yiga coming in too, huh? Did I hear her? Yeah, I did. Where is he? Oh, another Blade Master. Dude, that red line is... See, like, this is a good example. Ooh. That could have been such a cool shot. Some really bad timing on everything else in the frame, though. Or bad placement. Yes, I'm keeping the old picture, you doofus. Ah, shit, dude. No, the moon's gone. No. Ugh. Well, let's do Yiga guy with... Let's actually, we'll get rid of this Boko. Or Stal Moblin. Let's lose him. And then let's try to get... I would have loved a shot with... the Keys flock with this Blade Master and the moon behind them, but we kind of blew it. No. Terrible timing. I don't know. We spent so much time with these Blade Master guys. Let's get a shot dueling teak stuff. Fuck. Nope. This timing is gonna work out perfect. We gotta fly the Keys, kite them over here, and then they have to be back here while he does his attack towards us in this direction. Ow. That's not gonna happen now, is it? Ah. No, it's terrible. Terrible shot. Ah, I went into self-portrait mode, and then he like missed me because I went into self-portrait mode, you doofus. Oof, nah. Ah, you doofus. Okay, there's a sunrise. I can get a good sunrise shot maybe with him. The keys are gonna bounce, huh? Owie. Ow. No. No. And the sun is going to just create really good clouds. So this is gonna be good. Okay, let's just get rid of him.
The reach protection is now ready to roll.
And then we'll head to Death Mountain. Let's head to Death. I said that I made promises. And I intend to keep them. Whoopsies. Okay, also these keys just need to leave me alone now. Give me all your loot. Like one explosive arrow will take out that entire bunch. Whoops. Oh. No! No! Wait, if I shoot where he was, is he still gonna get electrocuted? Ah, maybe. No. He's gotta go somewhere when he disappears. How do you like being stun-locked? Flying V, stun-lock shot. Wait. Oh, I didn't take him down. He just bounced. He did leave me some mighty nanas, though. Okay, real quick, just to take out the bullshit shots. Oh, this shot could have been so cool. Kind of hating that shrubbery on the bottom right corner. Kind of hate that. what the fuck shrubbery? It like destroys the consistency of texture in the foreground, which was a really cool element in the frame for no reason. It just adds, it just makes it look dirty. I'm gonna save that shot though for now. We'll do a more in-depth review at the beginning of the next stream. This one is like, but we did, that was kind of, we were trying to get a good shot of him in the flock of geese, but it just did not, no. That moon just moves way too fast, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna, I'm not even gonna describe why I do or do not like some of these. I'm just gonna delete the one. This one was pretty close to coming out really cool. No. The moon really needs to be held in focus in a shot like this for it to look cool. Yeah, all these ones we were trying to get in profile that didn't come out as... I like that one's okay. This one, it held focus, but very strange composition. And it's like you want to see into the background now that we have that super deep focus, and the horse is kind of blocking everything. And you're like, no. No, I like the lantern on that side of the person's bag, though. It balances well with the really bright light source of the moon. No. Such a strained composition. Nah. I would have loved a little trifecta of subjects if I had the horse person, the horse rider, the moon in the sky, and then Death Mountain on the bottom left. That could have been cool, but just that they were not separated well enough in that frame. Too little information. That shot's pretty cool. I like that shot. Shot's cool. Okay. I'm just getting rid of all the crap. Yeah, let's save the rest of those. This would have been such a rad shot, dude. There's just a couple things that we needed to change about it. I think I like took note of that shrubbery there, and then positioned or panned a little bit more to the left to try to omit that thing, but then I couldn't get it out of the frame with the moon in there. Whatever. We will do, again, in-depth review on those guys next time. I don't want to spend too much time doing that. Let's head up to Death Mountain, as I had mentioned, because things are going to start heating up, getting close to summer, so I think that's a good place to start. I know I said we were going to head towards the coast or whatever, but I think we can begin things heating up in Hyrule. Heating things up in Hyrule. By going to Death Mountain, getting into our warm zone. Whoops. And of course, we're gonna put on our little Bomberman outfit. Anybody else think this looks like? I mean, it's like it's a reference to Bomberman, right? Isn't it? That's all I can see when I look at that outfit, but maybe it's probably like Bomberman was probably a reference to something, so who the fuck knows? Let's do this. Where do we want to start? I mean, I guess it doesn't really hurt to start at Goron City, but I also kind of want to like walk up one of the paths, because that can be really cool. Let's just go to Elden Tower. Is that at the are we going to be able to look over things there? Or is that recessed really far down? Looks like it's pretty high up. It's pretty cool. They have like the elevation kind of marked by the shade of whatever the map coloring is. So it's like the darker, the more recessed it is. Unless it's a tree. Trees are also very dark, and those are obviously a little more elevated, but if it's a piece of the geography, it's got darker shades for lower and lighter shades for more elevated. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, this one should be at least a little bit more elevated. We'll see what we can find. Let's see. Mo-see. Let's mo-see it. Let's mo-see. Let's mo-see what we can shoot here. I'll work on that one. We'll work on that phrasing. Elden Ring, dude. Whoa, bro. Deep cuts. Oh, fuck. Look at those awesome water lava falls. Whoa. Ew. I didn't mean to jump down yet, bro. Probably gonna be faster just to teleport back up now, huh? Yep. Love that you can do that mid-flight. Very useful. Didn't mean to jump down yet. This game's controls have that thing where it's like whatever direction you push. Let me see if I'm not going to bullshit you on this one. It's like you don't always go the direction. No, maybe I'm wrong. You like just don't always start moving until your body turns. That's what it is. It's like you don't start going that direction immediately. You physically have to turn around. And so that kind of makes, I don't know, whatever. I'm not trying to use that as an excuse for why I fell off the tower. I don't know. That really didn't have anything to do with it. Anyway, anyway, let's get a shot of this right here, just because this lava fucking flows look great. Little hazy. Where's our sun? There you are. Obscured by those clouds. Creating a really weird atmosphere. Just wait like 1 second, and then that sun will go down. Maybe we can get a sweet sunset shot. Can you climb? You can't climb up here, huh? I'd love to be on top on one of those little tiny spots you could maybe stand, but you can't get up any higher, huh? That tower also provides a pretty good vantage point from for Death Mountain too. Oof, we go shoot this little hot springs down there. Heating up. Yeah, what direction is the sun moving? That is where the sun's supposed to be, right? I mean, that's the brightest. Again, let's look at our shadow. Yes, the sun. It should be it's going down, right? Is it going to set right behind Death Mountain? Here, wait. Well, we can take a shot, and then we can start one of our little time lapses that we know we like to do. Well, not a time lapse. Well, not really a time lapse. Well, it's morning. Oh, shit. That's right. Oh, I'm such a doofus. It's 8 a.m. So it's not gonna go down. It's not going anywhere. Doofus. Doosified. I've doosified it. Doofusified it. Oh well. Okay, in that case, we're just gonna take the snapshot right now. We will not wait because that's gonna take way too long. Cool shot though. I like those lava flows. Tilt down maybe a little bit more. Add a little bit more lake and river. Okay, yeah, let's keep moving. Whoops. Not that I can't change the time of day extremely easily, but whatever. Yeah, let's go towards these hot springs and we'll head up the path towards Goron City, right? Because that's where that's gonna lead us. Yeah. Up the path. We'll just go ahead and pass through Gortram Cliff. You doofus, Paul. Let me get a Goron. Get some good Goron shots going. Ooh. Well, I mean, I do not mind that beautiful Sunstar with Death Mountain. That's a pretty rad shot. I don't know if I should tilt up or down more. Let me try to tilt up. Include some more of the sky. Beautiful clouds right now. Bomberman coming in. Flying down. Save the princess. Save the princess, save the world. Okay. Where's that Goron that's like chilling in here? Maybe he's further in. He's somewhere around here. Maybe, did he leave? Did you like do a quest and he leaves? Give me all your amber, all your topaz, all your sapphires. Ominous music in this spot. Boom, bump, bump, bump. Oh, I hear you. Fire-Breath Lizalfos. Let's do something with him. That's a funny shot. Obviously, he's shooting towards me, so it's not going to look... Ooh, but that's a cool attack. How can we utilize that? We want to get Death... Obviously, Death Mountain's got to be in there. Let's kite him over here. Get him on top of one of these little... Dude, he's going to knock me down there. If I'm not careful... Oh, can he not? And I'm fireproof, so he's fine. Okay, like something like that. I do really want a shot of him breathing that fire. That's so cool. And I am immune. You ran out of AP, huh, Belle? Let his AP recharge. Come over here. I would love to be looking up like this, but he's got to be at such an elevated position, so we got to get him on top of this. Yeah, right there, pal. And then he's got to... Oh. It's hard to get him to stay attacking in the one direction. Oh, you know what? Here, let's get a cool shot of... let's get a good shot for the compendium, too. Of him breathing the fire. We'll do, like... If we can get him to stay... Is that centered enough for it to be... Yeah, it's a cooler shot, I'd say, than that first one. Not perfect, but... What's a good spot to get... Oh, I wouldn't mind... Oh, this is actually not a bad position. Let's get him over here. I wouldn't mind having this little... What? Yeah, I'm still here, buddy. Come over here. Oof, no. Lizalfos. Come on. Come on, buddy. Breathe your fire. Don't knock me off the mountain. What? Well, that's a bug. That's, oh. What? That's a cool shot. We'll save it. Not as cool as that shot for the portrait. Although it's like I think I'm like right at the edge of his little jurisdiction. Shot's almost cool. I want to see his little shadow. Otherwise, I want to tilt up and avoid it if we're not going to be able to compose it in there. So a shot like this with him breathing fire, that direction that he's already facing would be real cool. It seems like he won't come up any further on top of this hill, though. Come up a little bit more, buddy. Come up a little bit more here. too much fire obscuring the frame. No. Ooh, but if we position him there, we'll be able to see his full shadow. Because now it's on the downward slope of the hill. I would have wanted him to the right more so he's not blocking that cool ravine. Nah, come over here. Let's maybe... This guy's like, breathing so much fire. Why won't he die? Oh! I would love to see him jump back off the cliff. Ugh. Yeah, chill out. Regen your mana. Oh! I don't know, this flame attack. I gotta get him to attack something else, which is not gonna happen, so that he holds his direction of attack in one specific spot. That's fine. Okay, this Lizalfos is like a bonus. I don't know how much more... Yeah, let's let him... I wasn't that excited about that Lizalfos. We got a couple cool picks. Let's move on. Moving on. And we're going to live and let live. Live and let live with that guy. Ooh, let's go shoot this shrine down here in the lava pool. Since we've been doing a lot of shrine stuff, we'll also make sure that I got this Korok over here. When you see a boulder puzzle, you gotta... Oh, I got it. Okay, we're fine. Fuck it, I'm gonna push the boulders anyway because it's fun. And then I'm gonna shield surf down the hill. Yeah! That one was so easy. I feel like... Dude, like, all of them go right into it. Just doesn't really matter which one you push. That one went in. Maybe this one won't? Nope. I guess any of those that you push would have been fine. Oh shit, there's another cool Lizalfos with ostriches. Here's our opportunity for him to maybe attack something else. Oh, of course it has one of those stupid spears. Ooh. Okay, now the lighting situation is getting pretty cool. So let's, because the sun's coming down now, and he is at a good position for me to tilt up and get a crop, get a good little cut of the sun in the frame. Ooh, this guy seems like his fire breath lasts a lot longer. Stay on top of the hill over here. Maybe give me some good clear area. Yeah, right around here with the... Yeah, dude, come here and blow your breath. Can you do me a service and come up even further? Yeah, good man. Give me that flame attack. Ooh. Ooh. I'll save it for now. I shouldn't be deleting too many of these. I know, it's kind of getting into like a very monotone, not black and white, but singular color tone. Blow your fire! Ooh. It's not too bad. His spear thing looks like shit, though. It's sticking into the ground. Recharge yourself. Take a breath. I don't know, now there's nothing that... Yeah, I'm not even enjoying. There's like no interesting stuff. Maybe on this side. Let's look at this way and try to get him. Yeah, then the light is going to look a little more beautiful. Have a little bit of a landscape to look at in the background while they're blowing. This guy is blowing me. Blowing me with fire. That shot's nah, it's just... I wouldn't mind Hyrule Castle, a little bit piece of that. Flying in the background, eh? Ooh, are those lava? Here, there we go. There is what we would want to see in the background. Lava, something like that. Lava and those lava falls. So he's got to be here. No, dude. You got to blow your breath. He's got to be like right there. Yeah, you got to... Wait, I'll put him this way because then he runs backwards kind of. Nice swing, buddy. No. Whoa. Oh, fuck. Damn, dude, he swung around for like a split second. For like no reason. Oh, but then he was positioned like perfectly. It's okay, he'll do it again. Do it again. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Do your spin thing. You like spun around. And then he was like blowing towards the edge of this cliff. I felt great. Is there a Korok on top of this little peak, by the way? I'd be so surprised if there wasn't. We're gonna go up there just for the shit of it. It's so hard to get it with the flames not obscuring too much of the frame. Things I hit. Oh! No! Just kidding. I'm here, Lizalfos. No! No! Come back here. Come back. That weird graphical error. It's like there's something obscuring the flame, cutting it, slashing it. I'm a photographer slash gamer and not the other way around. Come on. There it is. Ooh. Okay, so that is a good direction of the flame. I'm gonna fuck around with this guy until the moon comes up. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's morning. Oh yeah. Looking at Saltman's comment again. It's morning. Not anymore. Oh, look at that sunset. Oh shit. Oh, I missed the freaking sun. The sun rays. Oh. Damn, that was pretty close to magical, but whatever. It's moon time now, buddy. Oh. It's like they'll maintain their direction of attack for sometimes like a split second before they sway back towards you. but I gotta be like, very quick about it. Again, there's the angle that we were enjoying, and I actually don't mind. That shot's not bad. I wish there was something cool going on in that top left corner. I don't mind actually if a large portion of the frame like that is obscured in fire. That actually looks really cool. What I don't like, and his pose looks great. Obviously, the freaking spear that he's holding is a piece of garbage. You know what I could do? Let's get him to let go of that spear. That's what we need to do. We're going to electrify him and get him to get rid of that thing, and I'll pick it up, and you won't have shit to do except his flame breath attack, so this is perfect. But I don't mind the flame engulfing a large portion of the frame like that, because we are trying to emphasize the heat and the ferocity of this flame attack. And so it filling a large portion of the frame actually feels kind of fitting to me. So I'm going to leave that. I like that shot for that reason. Almost a cooler shot of Lizalfos himself. I mean, I kind of like this wider shot. You can see his body, so we'll just keep that one. Okay, so let's get rid of his... I still have my electric arrows on. See? So, do I have any room... Drop your stupid thing. Let me take it. Now you're not going to fuck me over with your stupid weapon. Okay. I got to... Remind me of that... Oof. That's not too bad either, but again, nothing really exciting happening in any other area that you can see in the frame on the left side. If you're gonna obscure that much of the right side of the frame with the fire, you really need to have that other portion of the frame behind the Lizalfos giving you some more detail, because like it doesn't work to have nothingness upon nothingness, does it? No. And then where's the moon coming from? It should be popping up over this hill any second. We'll fuck around. We'll fuck around. Let's keep him up here. This is a great position. When that moon comes up, this is going to be a great shot. Yeah, where's it coming from? It should pop up like right over. Maybe we get some of the castle in there. Perhaps. Oh wait, now it's coming from here. Damn. Okay, wrong direction. Ooh, this is even better. Come over here, buddy. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. We can get Death Mountain in here. Moon gonna rise real fast, buddy. There it is! There it is! Blow me, dude! Hey, you know what? That's a cool shot, but if he had his flame attack going on, would have been even better. Hey, that's pretty cool for one of the tongue. If you're not gonna blow me, please give me the tongue. Please tongue me. Okay? Save that shot. Give me... Why isn't he doing... Has he done it since we've taken his weapon? Oh, shit. Okay, we gotta delete stuff. This shot's not that great. I do like that shot with the tongue. This shot could have been cool, but we kind of missed our opportunity. Let's just get rid of all the ones of him where it's like... Yeah, like completely obscured in fire. That shot's not too bad. He's obscured with fire. These landscape shots of Death Mountain, it's like, whatever, Paul. Whatever, Paul. Do better next time. Not the ideal time of day to shoot this shot. I do not think, although the clouds did end up looking pretty cool. Nothing there. I think these shots are so similar... But this one is not as cool compositionally, so let's delete that one. This shot's okay, but he's not doing his flame attack, so it's boring. That shot's pretty rad. This shot's okay. Meh. This shot's not bad. That shot's not bad. Okay. Again, I don't want it to go too in depth with all this stuff. No, that shot's I see my shadow. Who wants to see my shadow? That's cool. Okay, alright. We gotta move quick, though. Let's save really quick. Let's save for a while. We're gonna have to move quick because we're not gonna have that much time to grab the moon in the frame here. And he better do his freaking flame attack. He seemed like he stopped doing it when I took his weapon away, though. Unless that has something to do with my distance from him. Flame attack, dude. Come on. I guess he won't do it anymore. Let's do. I guess let's see if we can force him. Like if I drop this, I wouldn't mind him having a little arm that he's holding. Pick that up and then shoot me with your flame, dude. What the fuck? Ugh. Anyway, that did it. That's good to know. Oh! Okay. Luckily, I can tilt. I like naturally have to tilt up. Ooh. Close to a really cool shot. That weird protruding piece of the ground in that bottom left corner is total garbage. The moon looks great. We've held focus here. I should have panned a little bit to the right and kind of cropped that out. I didn't see it. Also, I have to like waver back my position back and forth to get that flame attack to be shooting in the proper direction to reveal the Lizalfos behind it, producing it. And I wish you could feel a piece of Death Mountain. Death Mountain's getting obscured by the flame attack itself. It's okay. We can probably get a couple more decent shots before the moon's gone. Yeah, I could probably get one more charged up. You can probably get him to charge up one more time and do one more flame before that moon's way too far to... I gotta get him to shoot in the opposite direction, get Death Mountain. Ooh. Man. Yeah, I think the moon's just gone. Plus, now we're getting into the laser beam territory. Have I beat Ganon in Master Mode yet? If I beat Ganon, will those lasers go away? As cool as they look in some shots, a lot more often than not, they're just kind of boning me. Like right here, I don't really like it. I mean, now it's just going to be obscuring the moon. Flame attack! I love that I gave him that Boko hand. That's not bad. This is like right after he released that attack. So there's still a little bit of flame. But it's far enough away that it's not obscuring any of his body. That's not a bad shot. I wish I tilted down a little bit more. Could have grabbed a piece of two more of his Odell. Piece of his Odell. Piece of Agami Odell. The piece of his shadow could have increased the amount of shadow that we were able to see. Like I really want like his full shadow in the frame almost. Also, okay, here's our moon again. It's gonna be dipping back down. A little half moon. Maybe we can. Missed me, pal. That's kind of cool. Again, that freaking red line is... I don't like it here because, again, no context. There's no context to it. Can't see where it's coming from. Can't see where it's going to. I omit you. You know, that's my rule. So here's what we got to do. We got to zoom in. Crop out that red line. Or put it just in the corner. I like the way these are coming out. They're starting to look kind of cool. Let's get him further up the hill again. Oh no, is the moon gonna be going down? No. I see, like, oh, he forgot about me. You forget, dude. So, like, I don't mind the look of those lines when you can see they're all feeding into Hyrule Castle. It's like, obviously, there's some importance to where it's going, and then that adds the context. Like, maybe we'll get the moon. Let's put him here. We can get the moon over Hyrule Castle like this with the Lizalfos here. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. No. You bastard. Come here. Bro, you're... and there goes my moon. Ugh. Thank you, Lizalfos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Not. Okay, let's, you know what, live and let live. You're gonna stay there. I don't care. You're not even worth my time. You're not worth my item's durability on you, friend. Let's cool down in here. Ooh, Southern Mine. Yeah, look at those. Ooh, nice. Those lava falls are great. What are we gonna include with it? We got Gorons. What's up, dude? Can I sit by your fire? I could sit here. Okay, that's good to know. We can swap times a day. Let's get this shot of these guys right here with those lava falls behind them. Wait for him to swing back on that pickaxe so you can tell what's going on. Yeah, it's a cool shot. Okay. It's a throwaway, but whatever. Give me your stuff. Amber and rock salt. Yay! And flint. Ooh, what is that over there? I think I see maybe what would be a Korok. Or a treasure chest. Let's go find out. I'm interested. Okay, every game should have walls that you can break down and find secret spots. I mean, right? Like, Am I the only one that's just like, yeah, every game, dude. I want to be able to break some walls. Oh, wait. Why did I swap back? Wait. Ah, it's just a chest. What's it gonna be though? Ah! I'll take it. A little bit of pea. I'll take a rupee. Ooh, I like the look of that shrine looking through this fire. That's right. We were heading over there to shoot that. That's what we were going to do. Let's keep heading over there. Ostrich shot. Ah, we're not. I just think it's really funny when you kill any of the meat dropping enemies, NPCs, then the meat just automatically cooks itself. Much like it gets frozen if you're in one of the cold regions. Very similar, but opposite. They're similar, but not that similar. Not too dissimilar. Simulate. Assimilate, little too late for that. Ooh, what do I want for dinner, by the way? I'm getting hungry IRL. Talking about that meat getting cooked. What's up, ostrich? Or whatever. What are those things called? Let's find out. Let us educate ourselves. Elden ostrich. Oh, they are ostriches. Elden ostrich. So you just got to remember the region we are in. And it's an ostrich. Elden ring ostrich. Yeah, let's see if we can get a decent shot. I kind of like our capturing of the shrines. Which, if we had been playing through the game, which we might... Oh yeah, wait, do you do something with this guy? What do you do with this guy? Was he part of doing something? This is a very suspicious... Ah! Great, have my bomb. Oh yeah, we have to do stuff with octoballoons too. Float some guys or something, do something with that. Oh, whoops. Yeah. What do you do with the lava? Can't you, do you use the cryonesis with it? I forget what you, yeah. Yeah. No. How do you... I completely forget what you're supposed to do with this in this area. How do you... What? You have to use like the hook shot thing? Wait, do you have a hook shot? What? I am lost as all hell. Let's climb up here for a second. What am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting something. Or they're like firewalker boots. That I'm supposed to... No, I mean, we got our fire shit. What is the... What do you... Oh, doofus. Wait, the lasers stay after you beat... Oh, okay. Okay, that's a way old comment. Sorry, Saltman. Okay, so beating Ganon, we're not going to alleviate. But they're not there at the beginning of the game. Is that what it is? So we'd have to start a new file? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we will do that. Yeah, and I do completely forget. Was it like you can fire ice? Oops, I didn't want to throw that. Is it like you can shoot ice arrows and then it freezes little patches? No. How and what? I feel so silly. Yeah, whatever, I'll fly over it. Let's launch over it. And then why is this set up like there's... I forget what you're supposed to do. It's probably had something to do with that Probably had something to do with the shrine, and I do not remember. I do not remember what it was. But yeah, let's take a cool shot of this shrine. Get the shrine shot. Oh, you're supposed to use the magnesis, and then you lay the metal shit. That's what you're supposed to do around here. That's what you do. And then you play the old favorite of don't step on the lava. Ooh, dude, let's get this shrine with fire-breathing Lizalfos. That's not a bad plan. And as we have learned, he needs a weapon. They need a weapon in their hand to... Oof, a little bit of the shrine in there. Not very much, though. That's not bad. That feels relatively well balanced. It doesn't really look like the Zalfos is breathing the fire. I think here I would have wanted the flame to have been directed towards the bottom right corner of the frame, as that's where his eye line is going, and that's where I'm located. Still not bad. Not bad. Oof. No. Do I have like a Lizalfos, the other type of weapon that they use? I didn't have one of those on me. Because I want him to have a smaller weapon, but that's fine. It's fine. Whatever. We got to remember to do that, though. If there are enemies that we don't like, those giant pole-type weapons, we got to remember we can shock them to take it away, to confiscate it, take it away. There we go. That's not bad. Little bit too much room on the left side of the frame. I wish the Lizalfos was over on top of that little rock spot. I actually like this better. This shot better for the compendium too, because there's that little slice of the shrine in there as well. Wait, did that say album full? Yeah. Okay. Quick deleting. Keeping that. That one's not bad. No. I said this was a throwaway shot, and I was not lying. It is gone. No. I had high hopes for this moon overlooking Hyrule Castle with the Lizalfos in there, but we didn't accomplish. I don't really want to... Yeah, see, I don't want to do an in-depth review on these right now. Okay, so let's just delete. This one's crap. Obviously, you can't see Lizalfos. That one, he's got his tongue. This one could have been so great had him gave the weapon to him at this point. He would have breathed the fire. But no, that's a cool shot. That's not a bad shot. We got some sweet shots of the fire-breathing Lizalfos, although this one of this Yiga Blade Master with the moon behind him, that's such a cool shot. So close to a great one. A lot of things wrong with it, but that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna shoot like one more shot. It's just I don't, because I like want to delete a lot more of these, but I also want to do a full-on review. So, how many shots do we have? We can take 4 more. Okay, let's shoot out the roll again. We'll shoot out the roll. We'll shoot 3 more. There we go. That's not bad. Should have tilted up a little bit more. I'm not crazy about the mountains cutting into the beautiful blue sky. I would have loved those to just be gone and had a nice, beautiful, full-on background. Not a bad shot, though. Not a bad shot. We got that stupid weapon problem going on here, but I'll keep it. Okay. One more shot. Let's get one more decent one. Let's put him... Let's see if we can get him over on this side. Let's see if we could... Wouldn't mind like this. A little more of a wide. Ooh, the fire's obscuring the shrine too much. Whatever, we'll keep it. Keep it, and... Alright, yeah, that's all I want to do for now. Let's just get rid of this guy. Well, first of all, make him... Oh, does he just... He just dies from... Yeah. I forgot for a hot second. A hot second, no pun intended. That whatever Ice Lizalfos will be just immediately killed by fire arrows or fire weapons. Fire-breathing Lizalfos will die immediately from ice-based attacks. Very nice. Is there anything to collect on these guys? No, you can't search them. Okay, let's do a self-portrait amongst these dead guardians with a little bit of the shrine in the background, or at least we can get one of them in here, maybe. Oh! Whew, close call. Yeah, we get one of those in here. One of this. Good man. Let's see, I can tilt down here, maybe get his feet in. Like, why you gotta crop his little feet out? Nobody likes that. Keep the feet in there. Not bad. See, that doesn't look bad, but again, we had to tilt down so much. In this case, the composite, it worked. For the other elements in the frame, composed well with tilting down like that. Save that one. Good compendium shot. Oh, I didn't do a pose, but that's fine. Okay. Quick review. Quick once over, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty, detailed critique review at the beginning of the next stream, as always. Great self-portrait. Best ever. This was okay. We really wanted this fire-breathing Lizalfos to be breathing its fire all over us. This shot's kind of cool. I do wish, I don't know, the flame is in the wrong direction, but that's fine. Again, I'll do the full critique later. Don't want to do that right now. God, it does look really cool at night. Maybe at the beginning, maybe we'll hang in this area next time as well. Because I would have loved a real good shot with the moon and the fire-breathing Lizalfos breathing some fire at us. But those red lines, dude. The problem is that if I start a new file, because the only way to get those lasers to not be part of the game is to have a brand new file before you have quelled the divine beasts, which I could do, but I will be so weak because all of my armor is going to be back to square one, and my weaponry back to square one, my hearts back to square, because the shrines, what I would do is I would start the game again. No, because I'd have to get all the Korok seeds and shit. My inventory space would be heavily limited. My hearts, I'd have to basically get to the very end of the game, complete like all the shrines, get all of my gear upgraded, get enough Koroks to have full inventory space, and not have done any of the main divine beasts. I think that would be right, because then there won't be the lasers. Whatever, it's a challenge to compose with them in the frame, so that's fine. Sometimes, again, like, they don't always bother me. Like, here it actually doesn't really bother me that there's that red line going through the top corner. It's faded enough that it's not really standing out. And it adheres to the contour of that nice little mountain peak in the background. So that is fine. This shot's actually really not. I actually don't mind the shot. Other than the Lizalfos' damn weapon eaten into the ground. That's kind of a cool shot. But yeah, maybe we'll keep doing. Maybe we'll do some more of those Fire-Breath Lizalfos at the beginning of the next stream. I don't want to spend too much time on the same freaking guy. This shot's really cool. I do wish I panned to the left maybe or zoomed in just a tiny bit more. There's a lot of peripheral space on the top right, right side and bottom right. And if I had positioned myself, you can just catch a little piece of that lava fall just under his left armpit. And I wish we would have been able to see through that little spot and see the lava fall, because I really was trying to include those elements in the frame. Just really tough. This shot's really cool with the moon in there. And again, here the laser beam, we can see where it's coming from, so that's not a big deal. This one's not bad. Yeah, we got some decent shots of those fire breathers. We did. Fire Woman. Ooh, you know what, dude? Let's throw out a... Y'all like the band The Cult? Only because we're doing... I should have said this earlier. Well, I didn't know. I wasn't sure if this is what we were going to do tonight. I won't do the music. I won't share the music video. We'll just share the musica. Anyway, seeing as that we had a lot of fire-based, since we're getting ready for summer, we're trying to heat things up. Song of the day will be Fire Woman by The Cult. Ian Astbury at his best. I do really like that song. It is fun. It is fun and very fitting now that we're shooting fire-breathing Lizalfos. That being said, I think I do like these moon shots with the horse and the Blade Master better. I mean, this shot, the Blade Master, man, this could have been so freaking cool, and I would love to maybe try to achieve this again in a better way. It's just so unbalanced. It's just, there's a cluster of stuff. The moon is too close to the Blade Master. That damn shrubbery breaking the awesome repetition of the grass's texture kind of is annoying. I probably wouldn't have minded this as much had I zoomed in a little bit, tilted down to the right, so there wasn't so much negative space on the left side with such a clustering just in that bottom right quadrant. Honestly, is such a cluster of all the most important elements of the frame. I like how the circle of the moon and the shape of the fist attack, that circle around his fist, that kind of creates some cool circular element, consistent circular elements in the frame. That's kind of cool. Balancing each other out a little bit. Anyway, we will do a heavy review on this later. Again, like I said, these shots of the guy walking down the path with the moon, it's going to be tough to decide on these. Probably going to be this one. I like this one with the moon just above his head. Death Mountain's like a little bit too far to the left side here for it to be part of the frame, and it's kind of distracting. I'm getting better at anticipating the moon's rise, and obviously we have a pretty good method of determining where it's coming from just looking at our shadow. So I believe we will be getting a higher consistency of nice, beautiful moon shots, which are, you know, as you might have noticed, some of my favorite shots to try to accomplish very much. Obviously, it's not easy. So much can go wrong. This shot is so almost cool. This shot is so almost cool. This horse guy, this horse, look at that horse. So close to some beautiful stuff. This shot's not bad. Probably should have again been tilted down to the right, down and to the right a little bit. Just a little bit. I like how the horse and the guy are looking at me, though. The horse looks like it's smiling. The moon looks absolutely glorious. It's really just like the farthest left 10% of the frame. That's just like, that doesn't need to be there at all. And then the top 5%. So again, yeah, slight tilt down. Pan to the right. A little bit more of a major pan. Major pan. Welcome. Salute. What was the shot of the day? It might be this Blade Master with the moon. Despite its compositional errors, it is very magical looking. It's very beautiful. I do wish that the moon held focus, because that would have helped out a little bit too. Although these fire-breathing Lizalfos guys look really cool. I just don't know which one I would choose. This shot's pretty rad with its tongue perfectly extended all the way through the frame. I don't know if I would have liked it better if we had had the tip of the tongue in the frame, or if we like that it's bleeding all the way through. I'm not sure, but the moon looks absolutely gorgeous here. The composition does feel really well balanced. I'll say this is the best shot. Even though I would much have rather see all these other ones. There's some, like, I just don't like something about them that I think this one doesn't really have as much negative aspects of it. So yeah, I guess I'll say it's this one with the tongue sticking out. The moon looks absolutely gorgeous. Death Mountain in the background looks great. The topography, the jagged cliffs all add a lot of cool texture to the entirety of the frame. The Lizalfos' pose is great. It's not holding a weapon that looks like shit. It's backlit, but because of the eyes glowing and the nice rim light around the horn and its arm and stuff, it's still standing out against that low-key backdrop enough. I'm not really crazy about the color of the tongue. I don't know why it doesn't have like a reddish tongue, being a fire-breathing Lizalfos, but whatever. Because that would have helped balance color-wise, or at least keep the color consistent with this. The color pops going on, those orange-red color pops. Would have rather had another orange or red coloring to the tongue. But pretty gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I like that shot. That'll be the one of the day. That'll be the shot of the day. I'll claim it. Claimed. This is the Pro Snap pick of the day, as we like to call it. Pro Snap pick of the day. Let's save. Yes, I know I'm still in self-portrait. Let's save. And wrap up. Wrap it up. Woo. Whew. I didn't get as hot as I thought I was going to, despite things really heating up in Hyrule. My headphones didn't warm up my body too much. I guess I cooled down. Before I get on the stream, I'm usually running around doing stuff, so I heat up a little bit, and then I guess when I'm kind of sitting in place, a little less generating of more body heat. I hope that was fun. I hope you enjoyed watching. Hope it was entertaining and enlightening on fire. We got some cool stuff. Probably not the best shots we've ever had. I'm not too excited, although sometimes I'll feel crappy about the way things went, and then when we do the review, I also get tired. Like, I'm just getting kind of like lower energy. I need to eat. It's just getting late in the night. And so I feel like I get a little bit more down about what we shot if it's not something that we achieved that I just knew was perfect. But when we go back over these at the beginning of the next stream, I'll probably feel a little bit better about them, just because my energy level will be higher at that point. And some of what we shot will have time to sink in. But either way, hope it was fun to watch shooting that kind of stuff. Like I said, we're getting things heated up for summer, and we will be focusing on warmer subjects. And in probably a couple weeks, we'll probably do, like I said, I kind of like that we're sticking with Death Mountain to bring things to a boil, and then in a couple weeks we'll cool off down at the beach after we heat up. We'll move down to the beach and shoot some very summer-like imagery at the beach. I think that's a good transition. But let me know what you think, obviously. I will be back tomorrow for Photography Friday, Fallout Photography Friday. Same time and place, same dark room. And other than that, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their evening. I really appreciate y'all hanging out. Let's do socialists really quick. Socialists. We love our socialists here. Socials. Sociala. You can't spell, boy. You can't spell. Comrade. If you want to watch previous installments, previous streams, check out YouTube. Most of these will end up uploaded. And I am getting way better about getting those regularly put on there. Thank you. Getting better about being consistent with uploading. So you won't have to wait too long. If you really love this episode and you can't wait to watch it as a rerun, which I know you all do. These will be up very fast. But if you want to watch other things that we've shot previously and you're interested in things we've done in the past, most of them will end up on YouTube, as well as our final thoughts and comments on the photography of this game. Once we're ready to put it down and put it on the shelf. I'm playing a lot of these games that I know really, really well first, because I think that's a good thing to do. And then I have a lot more options, a lot more games. I actually just downloaded, because it was free, I downloaded Grand Theft Auto 5. And Grand Theft Auto games have traditionally had some photos in them. I've actually had at least Vice City and San Andreas on my radar, because there's a lot of photo stuff in that game, in those games. I think San Andreas has like a really good photo system. There's like an entire photography collection that you have to achieve, a lot of shots that they ask you to get, checklists to do. I'm going to look back over that game, and I believe there's at least one mission in GTA 3 where cameras are involved. But those games are on my list, and when I saw Grand Theft Auto 5 for free, it was whatever the PlayStation of the month game or whatever it was. I don't know if it's actually was like, seemed like it was a different thing than whatever the game of the month was, but downloaded that, and those games are on my radar. But I haven't played 5, so I don't even know how much is in there. Either way, playing the games that we know the best, and then we're going to build those overall explanations of the photography contained within on YouTube. So those will be on there. Along with some other cool stuff. Got some camera gear type reviews in the unique ways that I'm planning on doing random reviews and such. Movie reviews, things like that. Cool stuff. All photo related, obviously. And those will all be up on YouTube eventually. Instagram has really been the real photo shoots, the real photos when we do real photo shoots here in the studio. Those will end up on Instagram, but every once in a while we're putting up some game stuff. Trying to increase that amount of content, the in-game photography stuff, posting that on Instagram. Unfortunately, like I said, you can't really export these files from Zelda, and that kind of bones me a little bit. This game, I feel like there's a wider audience for Zelda Breath of the Wild, so posting cool shots of Hyrule will get everybody's nipples hard if I post them to Instagram, whereas Fallout 76, I love that game more than life itself, but I also understand the user base and the interest is a little bit lower. And so posting photos from Fallout 76 aren't as enticing. Doesn't mean I'm not going to post any. I have got a lot of Fallout 76 photos I will do. Although for Fallout 76 stuff, it'll probably be like a best of. Like I have my best of image set for the Mothman shots that we've had. But I won't I wouldn't do like one at a time shots. Whereas this, if I could get these shots off here from Zelda, I would probably be posting like best shot of the day on Zelda, posting that on Instagram. But it's so difficult, and I'm still working on a good way to get these exported and shareable. Twitter has mostly just been alerts for when we go live. Although every once in a while, maybe I'll throw on some funny photo related musings at some point. I don't know. I'm kind of too self-conscious to be posting random quotes. You know, I'm working on that. You wouldn't believe how crazy a gear dinosaur. You wouldn't believe how much how crazy it is that I'm willing to just be here doing this, and then posting stuff is a whole nother set of can of worms. Anyway, I'm hesitant to post stuff on Twitter. Bottom line. And if you want to support the channel, best thing you can do if you are new to the stream is follow the stream. That's a very helpful thing to do. So obviously, if you enjoyed what you saw, it would really mean a lot if you followed and you hung out with us. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, obviously, if you don't enjoy this kind of stuff, no hard feelings. But if you did enjoy it and you like photo content and photo stuff, this is a great place to keep your eye on. And if you want to support the stream in another way, check out the Patreon. Would really appreciate any help in a monetary sense as well. And eventually we will have, if you want to support the stream, we will have hopefully things that, you know, we've created for your consumption that you can purchase. Like I said, I would have loved to have been able to export these files, get some cool prints done, and then people could buy awesome Zelda prints, Zelda photography prints. But it doesn't look like that's really possible in Breath of the Wild 1. Maybe Breath of the Wild 2 will be a little different. So probably the first thing that people will, again, be able to obtain from the imagery we're creating is going to be like those photo backgrounds for your phone or your desktop or whatever, screensaver. But not yet. We're working on that. Again, thank you all for hanging out. Really appreciate it. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Thank you all. Take care and take pictures. I'll see everybody tomorrow for Photography Friday. And otherwise, enjoy your evening, people. I love you all. Peace. Thank you all. Thank y'all. Wait, oh, dude, let's say thank y'all. Wait, oh, shit, I hit enter. Wait, we like to say thnack y'all. Yeah. Thanka. Thnack y'all. Thnack y'all. I'm gonna go to thnack y'all. I love y'all. Peace.